What up, people? Welcome to my channel. For the new subscribers, welcome. And for the returning subscribers, welcome back. Man, do y'all see what's happening out there, man, in the job market, man? Do y'all already see what's happening out there in the job market? If I was a person that was out there trying to, you know, look for a job on a regular basis, I would be very, very, very upset, man, because people are either just giving up or they just can't obtain a job. Because for the simple fact that shit is just drying up. You know what I'm saying? It's just drying up out here. And um, it's tough for a lot of folks, man. It's tough for a lot of folks because the ones that's relying on a 9 to 5 and a 10-hour day job, a 12-hour day job, it just things are just dwindling, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's really making it hard for a lot of people to sustain their lifestyles. And I just it's just really tough out here for people, man. I just seen just recently that Google had released like 20,000 people. You know what I'm saying? They released 20,000 people because AI is already here and it's claiming people's jobs. And people are just scrambling. They're really scrambling. They don't know where their next paycheck gonna come from, and they don't have any other alternatives, and they just people just lost. They very very lost, man. And for those folks, I feel for them because we were all taught to rely on the job market, to really get out there and hustle to make a living, do what's right, be an independent person, stay true to yourself in that particular market, and just constantly grind for a job. You know what I'm saying? It was a guy that I go to with this program that I'm in, that I'm surrounded by with like-minded people like myself and people that's outside of the way I think. This guy, man, is 45 years old. He's been, because he's proactive with looking for work, trying to find employment, and he had been grinding to look for a job for a whole entire year. He wasn't able to land a job for a whole entire year, you guys. Let that sink in. And so, yeah, I was talking to him yesterday, and he was just letting me know how that that it's been a tough role for him to obtain a job, and he don't have really any other choice but to look for employment because he doesn't have anywhere else to go and things like that, and that he needs to work. And so just me and him just shooting the breeze, just talking, and he had eventually got him a job, but the job is paying $12 an hour, you guys. It's paying $12 an hour. And he said he don't like his job. He don't like what he's doing. He's not happy with it. But he liked the people that surround him, that he's working with, and things like that. But he said at least it's something. And you see, he's a good dude. He's a real good dude. Real good dude. So let me get that twisted. He's a real good dude. But you see, that's the problem. That's really the problem out here, you guys, because the people out here who's working and working these jobs and not getting paid a livable wage, they're never getting paid what they're worth, right? Because obviously they had the powers that be out here designed it this way. And it's always about lining their pockets. It's not about the personal gain for employers. As human beings, there's no personal gain for us. And so the guy, when he told me that, he just was really like hell bent on working, you know, for a company, and I felt bad for him because I was talking to him, obviously trying to have, to let him know that, hey, you know, if you got to do what you got to do what you got to do. But he really was like just the kind of expressions that he put in his face was telling me that he's not happy with his job, but he's happy with people that he's working with. Lets me know that he doesn't want to say what he really truly wants to say, that he's not getting compensated what he's worth as far as making money at these companies. And even though he worked for he looked for a job for a whole particular year, is that he's just still out there hustling. He's still out there trying to make something happen to sustain a living that he can never get caught up on. Because these companies don't give a damn about you, man. They don't give a damn about you. And they show it whether you work on a job for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or 20 years. It don't make a difference, man. That you could be at a job for 12 years and making some decent amount of money, but at the end of the day, once you leave that job, then they will give you a part. They won't even give you a party gift or anything. They won't even tell you that we. It may say, "Oh, hey, we like what you're doing. We appreciate the years of working with us at the company." But in all honesty, what does it do for that individual that worked at that company so long? Besides doing what they always was taught out to do, which is really work until they get a particular age, and then retire and enjoy the last bit of the coming years that they have, the little golden years to live their life. And it's just sad. It's very sad that everything is designed this way. It's very very sad because people don't want to wake up. They just don't want to wake up, and these jobs out here letting people know left and right that you're here to get a paycheck, but at the end of the day, we can give a damn about you. We don't care. We're here to line our pockets up, not yours. You see what I'm saying? And so they may think that whatever they give you is making you happy, according to you or those individuals, but who's really winning out here when you're working for these companies? You know what I'm saying? I done heard people saying, well, even if you're working, you got to have a game plan to work for a certain amount of years before you get out of this race. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to have the life that you want, which that's still damaging as well too, because they want you to opt in. And even with the amount of the time that you're doing, that you work at these companies, you got to be strategic in what you do. So you can't really save no money. And if you do, how much are you saving? Are you saving enough to where you'd be satisfied, to where you can get on with your life and live the life that you want? I mean, ask yourself that question. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself the question, because, I don't think you'd be able to have a plan. Because therefore, these AI is they very very they cold, man. And if people don't think we're going to be living in this utopian society, they are sadly mistaken. Because in my whole years of living, I've never seen anything like this. And these jobs are not coming back. Like, once you leave this job, the job field that you're in, you're not going to be able to go back to that job. Because everybody is having a hard time. Everyone. You're going to have to go in a certain particular field that you don't have no experience in. And you know how they treat you when you don't have experience. You're like a washed up rag that you can't soak up any information. So, it's just tough, man. It's tough. And people out here they're going crazy. They're really going crazy because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They're out here scrambling for themselves, which is the backwards way of living. I wish that they knew another way, but they don't know another way. And these companies just out here just sit back. The people who's in these companies just sit back grinning at everybody like, we got them right where we want them. And see that it's you ever heard that saying that I don't think it was anybody individually that said this, but it was like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I don't think that people really are paying attention to that saying, because it's really really true. Because people are getting made a fool of by working at these companies, and they don't give a shit about you. And so, you guys, we got to figure it out. We got to figure out some other way, because this particular rat race that multiple people are in, there's no benefit. There's no end in sight. So you got to be able to do what you can to get out of it, man. You got to be able to be willing to do that, because the universe is showing you that these jobs don't give a damn. And I know that I'm wearing that out by saying that, but it's absolutely true, you guys. It's true. It's very, very true. You know what I'm saying? And at the time when I was working for these companies, in the 30 plus years I was working, I thought that I was doing something right, man. I thought that I was being a working man and benefiting off of these companies and being able to make a lifestyle for myself that is going to be beneficial to me. And all that it did was lead me down to that path that I didn't like. Even as I'm making this video, I still feel that particular way. Because there's no end in sight, man. There's no door where you can just open it up and just say, "Oh, I'm finally out of it." No. There isn't, you guys. And this is why we're here today, going through the same things that we're going through. Because there's no benefit. Even, like I said in previous videos, even when people had it good and the cost of living wasn't so high, the plan was never to get you out of not working. It was always to keep you working until you become washed up, until you become not valuable anymore according to them, taking away your freedom, driving yourself mad, not knowing not knowing how you're going to be towards people, all behind a job. Not spending time with your loved ones, not spending time with the people that outside of your loved ones, your family, which is people you care about, like your circles. Not doing the things that you do to live life. It's not worth it, y'all. It's not worth it. And these companies just, left and right, just these mass layoffs, man. These mass layoffs. I'm looking at it like, damn. People, they just don't get it. They just don't get it because there's no benefit in it, man. There's no benefit in it. And things are going to be, man, they're already hectic now, but they're going to be even worse, man. And I'm afraid to see it, to be honest with you. I'm really afraid to see it because, when you have people that live their life like this and they only know this way, and you take it from them, I don't know what that side would look like, but I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. But I'll just say this to you guys: whatever way you can do, whichever way you can think, however which way you can think, because I can't even talk right. But get out, y'all. Get out. Get out. These companies are letting you know that we don't care about your well-being. We don't deserve you. We don't care if you got poor health. We don't care if you have other responsibilities outside of working. We don't care. We're gonna use you up as much as we can, and then we're gonna throw you out like a piece of trash. So I hope, you guys, that this video resonate with some of you guys out there to just pay attention, man. Pay attention, because these layoffs are massive, are very, very massive, and they're continuing. And it's almost like it's like every day, that people are getting laid off. And just because it hasn't happened to you, don't think that it won't be, because it's going to happen. Don't be in the house like, oh man, it ain't, I'm at my job, it ain't hit me yet. I think I'm cool, I'm safe. No one is safe in no job market. No one is safe out there with these companies, man. Not corporate America. We are in a shithole. And the only way to get out of this is to band together. I mean that. That's the only way, is to band together. And if we don't, you're going to keep continuing to see what you're seeing now. So, with that being said, you guys, y'all take it easy. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and cut on the push notifications so you won't ever miss a video when I drop it. I say this with all my heart, you guys. Get out, please. Until the next video, with love, I'm out.